You know that feeling when you meet someone and there's just this instant magnetic pull? Or you know the total opposite, where you just can't seem to connect, no matter how hard you try? Well, today we're diving into the idea that maybe, just maybe, these connections are written in the stars. We're going to use the ancient lens of astrology to decode the patterns that make relationships click. It's a feeling we've all had, right? That instant chemistry, that easy understanding. It can feel like pure magic. But what if there are hidden patterns behind it all? Well, astrology suggests there are, and it all boils down to 4 fundamental energies that shape who we are and, you guessed it, how we love. Okay, so at the very heart of all this astrological compatibility stuff are the 4 classical elements. Now, these aren't just some abstract ideas, they're seen as the actual building blocks of our personalities. They shape everything from our general mood to our romantic chemistry. And what are they? Fire, earth, air, and water. Every single zodiac sign fits into one of these categories. So understanding your element and your partners is really the first big step to unlocking that cosmic chemistry. Let's see what each one is all about. First up, we've got the fire signs. That's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Think of these guys as the spark plugs of the zodiac. They bring this raw energy, this passion, and this constant need for action. A relationship with a fire sign is an adventure, and they absolutely need a partner who can keep up with their flame. And then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I mean, if fire is the spark, earth is the sturdy ground you build a house on. They value security, loyalty, and real, practical expressions of love. For them, a relationship is a serious investment, and believe me, they are in it for the long haul. All right, next are the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. These are the intellectuals, the social butterflies of the zodiac. For an air sign, a meeting of the minds, that's the ultimate turn-on. They live for stimulating conversation, freedom of thought, and a partner who really gets their need for a little space. And finally, we have the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. These signs operate on a whole different level, the level of feeling and pure intuition. They crave these deep, soulful connections and emotional security. They're the nurturers and the empaths, always looking to merge with a partner on a really profound level. So, we've got our 4 elemental building blocks. But the real magic, and let's be honest, the real drama, happens when we start mixing them together. So let's take a look at how these energies actually interact in a relationship. Some pairings are just naturally easy. I mean, think about it literally. Air fuels fire, right? It makes it burn bigger and brighter. You get this incredibly dynamic, exciting partnership. And in the same way, water nourishes the earth, helping things grow. That combination creates this stable, deeply loyal bond that's built on just taking care of each other. But what happens when opposites attract? Well, fire's impulsive nature can really clash with Earth's slow and steady vibe, and air's logic can feel pretty cold to water's deep emotional world. Now, these pairings can be a challenge for sure, because their core needs are just so different. But, and this is so important, if they can learn to appreciate what makes the other tick, they can become these incredibly powerful couples, pushing each other to grow in ways they never could alone. And that brings us to a more personal level, because understanding the elements isn't just about figuring out your partner. It's about decoding your own love language. So let's break down what each sign really truly needs to feel loved and secure. For the fire signs, love has to feel alive and exciting. Aries needs passion and a bit of a healthy challenge. Leo absolutely thrives on admiration and just having fun. And Sagittarius, they're looking for a co-adventurer who respects their freedom and can handle their blunt honesty. For them, stagnation is the ultimate relationship killer. The earth signs, on the other hand, need to feel secure. Taurus craves stability and physical affection. Virgo values consistency and a partner who supports their drive for self-improvement. And Capricorn is looking for a true teammate, someone who shares their ambition and their commitment. They need to know the whole thing is building toward a real future. Now for the air signs, that connection all happens in the mind. A Gemini will literally wither without amazing conversation and the freedom to explore new ideas. Libra is searching for harmony and a true intellectual partnership. And Aquarius, well, they demand a partner who respects their unique identity and their non-negotiable need for independence. And for our water signs, it all comes back to that emotional connection. Cancer needs to feel completely safe and nurtured before they'll open up. Scorpio craves a deep, intense, all-or-nothing bond built on unshakable trust. And Pisces, the ultimate dreamer, needs a partner who gets their empathy and can see the romance in everyday life. Okay, so after hearing all of that, you might be sitting there wondering if your relationship is doomed or destined. But here's the most important thing to remember. Astrology is not a set of rigid rules. It's a tool. It's a map for understanding. So how can we use this elemental map to make any relationship thrive? You can pretty much bridge any elemental gap by focusing on a few key things. First, actually talk about your needs instead of just assuming your partner is a mind reader. Second, try to understand their emotional rhythm instead of just reacting to it. Also, learn to recognize how they show affection, because it might be totally different from you. And finally, give each other space to be individuals. It's really all about meeting in the middle. But here's where it gets really, really interesting. Just when you think you've got all the rules figured out, the cosmos loves to throw a curveball. Because sometimes the most powerful, most transformative connections are found in the pairings that, on paper, should never, ever work. I mean, just look at some of these surprising power couples. The passionate fire of a Leo and the intense water of a Scorpio, that can create this magnetic, totally transformative bond. The unstoppable drive of an Aries combined with the strategic ambition of a Capricorn, that is a true power couple in the making. These pairings just go to show that when two very different energies learn to respect and harness each other's strengths, the result can be pure magic. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. The stars don't decide your fate, they just offer a guide. Astrology is a language, a way to understand yourself, your partner, and that beautiful, complex energy that flows between you. And what you choose to do with that understanding, well, that power is always, always in your hands.